Hey guys, welcome back to another Charlton's Life video, and today we're here on the Door Model Railway with the May update. So much has happened over the last 2 weeks, and I hope all of you are staying safe and staying indoors. I hope that for whatever reason, if you're struggling, you get through it. Don't be afraid to seek out help. Parents, family, friends, whoever you need. If you're struggling, you're a bit lonely, or any problem that you're going on, please do reach out for help. This is a tough time for us all, and I just really hope that none of you guys are sitting there a bit isolated or a bit upset and are not opening up. Everyone's just a phone call or a text message away. Please do open up. Now, after that note, let's get into the update. The first thing we've done here is the river scene has had some serious work. Now, as you can see, there's a bit of sand. The first thing I did was, after finishing the plastering on this side of the layout, I placed a dirt texture I made myself out of just regular sand from the garden. I then cooked the sand in the oven to make sure there was no pests on it before placing it just glued down. I then chose to add some green shrubbery, so this is Woodland Scenic's clump foliage, along with, I'm not quite sure what the trees are made out of. I think it's another type of foliage. I can't quite remember the name of it. I'll talk to you guys about that one in the next step, where I show the trees, how I make them, and how I stick them to the layout when I keep doing them more. I've also painted the riverbed. I'm currently awaiting some nice garden rocks and some sand to make the riverbed before I put the varnish and resin over the top of it. But it's coming along, and probably by June, July, we should have some water on the layout. The rest of the layout, not much has happened to what you guys saw last time. The hills have all been painted just dark earth. There's been a couple of solders, so I think there was one here, another one here that's quite visible, and then there's another one over here on the back. Now those soldering are just to keep the connection, where the connection's been dropping out a little bit. I'll go into more details about that in a future video where I talk about how I wire my layout. That should be in a couple of days' time if you get a chance. Now, the brief plan for this layout, as I've said before, is an abandoned grain silo with a farmland. This is the second bit that's come in. Now, it's going to be, as you can see, an agricultural shed and loading dock. Now, this is going to be for things like box cars, where they'll load meat, you have packaged meat ready to go out to the shops. Things like beef, those pork, chicken, those things, your eggs, your poultry, dairy. Haven't quite decided what exactly the produce will be, but that's where it's going to be. It's going to be a sort of this tall building across the back. I'll try and make some scratch built buildings, almost like a scratch built background building. Again, I'll go into more details about that, but I just wanted to briefly talk about the fact that I would have a building along the side to load box cars. Now, hopefully that can be built in the next couple of months, so we can get some good footage and some good videos. The abandoned grain silo, not much has changed. It's just been painted, I think 2 or 3 coats now, and there's a couple more to go. And there's just a little plan for the gravel roads. But other than that, nothing's really happened. The plan for the back here is going to be a full forest. We're currently experimenting different trees and things that will look good in the layout, different methods to make them. I haven't quite decided which one's the best and which one I like the most, but when I do, I'll do a video on that. I've also been putting new wheels, so these are the old ones. The new ones I'll show you on this Southern Pacific gondola, metal wheels. So just been upgrading the bogies, so they're screwed in on the bottom, metal wheels. So that one's done. This one's in process. This one here is, again, hasn't been started. So they're my first 3 wagons. Now I'm going to be converting. Now I want the metal wheels. I just think it looks more realistic and makes quite a good sound when it goes over gaps in the layout. But yeah, not much has happened on the layout. You've got the river scene, a couple of planning ideas, a bit of soldering. But yeah, that's the May update. Thank you for watching. If you're new around here, there'll be plenty of videos to come where I talk about how I make my river, the trees I've mentioned, the building here, and the farmland. I hope you stick around and watch them. Thank you for watching this update, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.